drums echo like thunder from the gods. Stone guardians stir beneath jungle roots. A flame spirals in the eye of the storm. The beginning and the end share the same breath. In spirals drawn by fate and quake. Shiva the flame that births and dies, with ash of stars behind his eyes. A crescent moon, the serpent's coil, he treads the sky, the earth, the soil, and with each step the void obeys. Creation sings, then slips away. The wheel turns not with wrath but will, and hearts of stone begin to still. Spin the wheel of fire and light, burn the shadows into sight. From shattered gods to sacred clay, the soul finds form, then fades away. Oh, child of thought, of Tuscan grace, with wisdom carved upon your face, you guard the door, you still the flame, where death and birth are both the same. Ganesh, the path of mind and soul, no blade can cleave the truth he holds. His silence speaks in thunder dreams and breaks illusion at the seams. A brother raced across the lands, but he the wise made no demands. He circled love, not worlds of stone, and earned a throne beside the known. Not all who move have found their way. Some travel far but still delay. Spin the wheel of fire and light, burn the shadows into sight. From shattered gods to sacred clay, the soul finds form, then fades away. Oh, child of thought, of Tuscan grace, with wisdom carved upon your face, you guard the door, you still the flame, where death and birth are both the same. The temple cracks, the river flows, the final breath the mountain knows. In mirrored pools and falling stone, the gods remind you're not alone. And still he stands where no one dares, among the ghosts of lost forebears. He weeps through time, he breathes regret, yet knows the clock's not done. Not yet! Chronomancer, bearer of flame, you change your race, now speaks your name. The oath is gone, the time unspun, yet in the end you were the one to break the cage, to pay the price, to feel the wound in every slice. No fate remains, no prophecy, just you, the last who chose to see. Whispers rise from the ocean floor, chants of a time the world forgot, where pearls were tears and waves were war. She waits beneath the moon's watchful eye. Born from depths no sun has kissed, crowned with coral draped in mist. Her voice commands the tides to kneel, and kingdoms drown beneath her will. She sings to bones in salted sleep, their memories locked in caverns deep. A goddess veiled in silver foam, the sea her temple, death her throne. No chains can hold the flood she brings, no blade defies the storm that sings. Oh, Imoja, queen of the drowned stars, your name is carved in shattered spars. With every wave your spirit flies, you are the wrath in lullabies. Oh, Imoja, mother of endless skies, you hold the world where silence lies. Baptize the lost in sacred brine, and make their broken voices thine. Children call her through the sand, with offerings trembling in their hands. A whisper soft as crashing foam, she answers when the night has grown. From shipwreck prayers and sailors' guilt, 1,000 dreams her hands have built. Yet those who mock her sacred seed will find no grave, no memory. No fire survives her deep domain, no soul returns untouched by rain. Oh, Imoja, queen of the drowned stars, your name is carved in shattered spars. goodness knows. She stood alone, the blade was near, the one she loved fading to sacred surge. They watch the surface tear apart with steel and greed and faithless art. The buried kept their oaths unbroke, while empires turned to dust and smoke. Now drums awaken stone and flame. They do not seek revenge or fame, but balance lost and light defiled shall face the children once exiled. They are the heat beneath your fear, the flame that speaks when none will hear. The city beneath the ash returns, with hearts alight and blood that burns. They rise from silence, forged by flame, to cleanse the world and carve their name. Through smoke and scars they march as one, their souls ablaze beneath the sun. From halls once lost they now emerge, a storm of fire, sacred surge. Not all who sleep forget to dream. Not all who burn are what they seem. They are not myth, they are not lore. They are the heart beneath the war. The city beneath the ash returns, with truth and fire the world now learns. No gods remain, no king shall stay. They blaze a path, they light the way. Through broken skies and shattered ground, their voices rise, a battle sound. To purge the lies, to cleanse the past, the flame forgotten burns at last. Locked, yet I hesitated. Stone walls weep with blood debated. Each portrait stares with hollow pride, a mausoleum dressed in light denied. The air remembers ancient screams, the candles flicker in dead men's dreams. No beasts await, no steel or chain, just echoes of immortal pain. And as I walk these sacred halls, I feel his soul behind the walls. Sanctum of the cursed heart, where love decayed and tore apart. The time stands still, the bells don't chime. This castle traps the soul in time. I face need to prove I'm pure, but to undo what others cure. No victory, no final blow, just love and rage in undertow. I stand where saints and monsters part inside this sanctum of the heart. They spoke of keys that turn the mind, not locks of steel, but those of time. A spiral etched in sacred stone that shows a soul it's not alone. I turned it once and saw the flame of faces I could not yet name. Their thoughts were mine, their cries my own, 1,000 lives within my bone. What if the mirror shows too much? What if the truth you find can't touch? The spiral key, a cursed design, unwinds the self, rewrites the spine. From birth to death, the thread runs deep. It pulls you down when you should sleep. Each turn reveals, each turn destroys. A flood of faces, stolen voice. To know yourself, to pay the fee, you must become what you can see. I saw the child who feared the flame, the queen who wore a stolen name, a blade I held in lifeless hands, a priest who knelt in foreign lands. Each echo screamed behind my eyes, the joy, the shame, the quiet lies. And still I turned, I had to see what else had lived and died in me. A gift that tears the soul apart, a maze that ends where it did start. The spiral key, a cursed design, unwinds the self, rewrites the spine. From birth to death, the thread runs deep. It pulls you down when you should sleep. Each turn reveals, each turn destroys. A flood of faces, stolen voice. To know yourself, to pay the fee, you must become what you can see. And if the wheel should spin too fast, you'll be the future and the past. No name to hold, no eyes to close. A broken ghost that only knows. shield, the feather guide, but both have burned and both have light. No God will choose, no fate is pure. When war and wisdom both endure, still we rise through smoke and weather, between the forge and the feather. Will, while feathers fell on windowsills. One taught the hand to wield the blade, the other taught the mind to shade. The clash was more than blood and fire, it tore the roots of all desire. And we, the sons of ash and ink, were left to fall or left to think. No peace is won with just one side, yet still they pull and still divide. We stand between the flame and flight, between the day and endless night. The forge may shield, the feather guide, but both have burned and both have light. No God will choose, no fate is pure. When war and wisdom both endure, and still we ride through smoke and weather, between the forge and the feather. And if they fall or fade from lore, will we be less or something more? For in our hands the choice remains to build with fire or break our chains. Undone. We are the ones who still recall the rise, the pride, the ancient fall, the time and grind and history blind. We guard the soul of humankind. We guard the spark, we guard the flame. We walk unknown without a name. But when the silence takes the sky, we are the ones who won't let The stars went dark, the paths went blind. Still I chased what none would find. A map not drawn with ink or stone, but etched in whispers left alone. Each point a world that used to sing. Now dust and bone, now silent wing. I sail through echoes, debris, ash, in search of what no scans can catch. The chart I hold does not obey. It shows what light has cast away. The starless map, my only guide through void and ruin, cold and wide. Each course I take, a tomb, a name of life erased in silent flame. I chase the past, the time won't keep, although I'm made too far, too deep. nor demon's child. She walked alone through silence wild. They saw a curse upon her eyes, too bright to hide, too dark for lies. No priest would bless, no blade would bend. She was the wound they couldn't mend. But night and day both bowed their heads to one who walks where both have bled. She is the daughter of the Eclipse, with twilight fire upon her lips. A soul divided, forged in flame, too fierce to follow, too wild to tame. No crown to wear, no gods to please. She writes her law upon the breeze. Between the dusk, between the sun, she is the blade that breaks the run. Her blood remembers both the skies, the burning truth, the quiet lies. Each side that fought to make her kneel became the ash beneath her heel. No army dared to call her kin, yet still she rose from deep within. A beacon cast from broken light to lead the lost through endless night. She walks the line none else can hold, a tale too bright, a truth too cold. She is the daughter of the Eclipse, with twilight fire upon her lips. A soul divided, forged in flame, too fierce to follow, too wild to tame. No crown to wear, no gods to please. She writes her law upon the breeze. Between the dusk, between the sun, she is the blade that breaks the run. And when the stars forget to shine, she'll be the mark beyond the line. Not dark, not light, not cursed, not blessed, but what remains when all is She is the daughter of the Eclipse, the scar where fate and fury kiss. Her voice commands, the shadow sings. She breaks the hold of ancient kings. No throne remains to bind a flame. She burns beyond both pride and shame. Between the dust, between the sun, the war is done. The blade has won. She walks where life forgets to breathe, where frost is swallowed, root and wreath. A crown of stone, a staff of bone. Kylie trains and walks alone. Her hands have carved a mountain face and buried time beneath her grace. She sings in snow, commands the skies, and turns all truth to frozen lies. The spring may come, but pays her toll. Each bloom a scar upon her soul. For she is not just death or storm, but keeper of what must transform. The world is born in endless rings, and even death caves in ice, where mortals plead and pay the price. They beg for warmth, for spring's return, but some must sleep so some may burn. She's not a curse, but balance deep, a lullaby that makes the trees sleep. Her staff strikes stone, her breath brings snow, and in her hush the strong will grow. To rest is not to fall or fail, even the fire tells winter's tale. Oh, Caliche, queen of frost and flame, the wind obeys your whispered name. You are the end the seeds must crave, the breath between the bloom and grave. Oh, mother stone, a warden sky, you freeze the truth that dares to die. Yet in your chill the fire will last, for nothing melts what you hold fast. In her silence time rewinds, the storm is love in cruel designs. She holds the world both dusk and dawn, the goddess feared yet leaned upon. Oh, Caliche, with your eyes of stone, who walks the veil between the known. Your throne is made of frost and ash, yet through your touch the cycles flash. You in the green, you steal the flame, not out of hate but by your name. For in your cold the world finds peace, and in your stillness all things cease. They crowned her not with gold but pain, a wreath of thorns no truth could stain. Her throne was carved from bleeding stone, a voice for those who died unknown. They sang her name with poisoned breath, and made her oath the tool of death. Each rose a blade, each petal lies, yet still she watches, still she cries. The crown remains, though time forgets, but in her veins the curse resets. Thorns of the rose, queen wrapped in grace, a prison soul to match her face. She never ruled, she only bled, for every word the liar said. Her name still echoes in the dust, a tale of power built on rust. No throne remains, yet still she's seen, the bleeding rose, the buried queen. The statues cracked, the garden died, but still her shadow walks with pride. They stole her soul, they wrote her lore, but made her more than evermore. No blade can cut what blooms in pain, no silence breaks the rusted chain. She speaks through roots beneath the stone, her grief in thorns, her wrath unknown. She waits not for a hero's call, she is the crown that outlives all. Thorns of the rose, queen wrapped in grace, a prison soul to match her face. She never ruled, she only bled, for every word the liar said. Her name still echoes in the dust, a tale of power built on rust. No throne remains, yet still she's seen, the bleeding rose, the buried queen. If beauty lies in sacrifice, then hers became the final price. But from the roots a flame shall climb and burn the books that bled her time. turned gray, the gods to dust. She lit the heavens with her grace, a mirror sky, a flawless face, but laughed and mocked her sacred name and turned her fire into shame. She shot her glow from mortal eyes and let the dawn forget to rise. A cave of grief, a world undone, where even gods can fear the sun. Not all who shine will choose to stay. Some flames retreat to heal their way. Oh, Amaterasu, light betrayed, the sun that weeps, the queen afraid. Behind a stone your silence screamed, a world without you barely dreamed. But still they danced to call you back, with drums that shook the mountain black. You rose again, not out of grace, but to remind the dark of your face. A mirror shone before her cave, reflecting strength she thought she gave. Not stolen, lost, or cast aside, but buried where her heart once cried. The storm had passed, the wind had knelt. She found the light she always held, and stepped again through dawn's embrace. The sky reborn upon her face. She rose not for their need or plea, but for the fire she chose to be. Oh, Amaterasu, light betrayed, the sun that weeps, the queen afraid. Behind the stone your silence screamed, a world without you barely dreamed. But still they danced to call you back, with drums that shook the mountain black. You rose again, not out of grace, but to remind the dark of your face. She is not warmth without her fire, not mercy torn by vain desire. She shines for none and burns for self. The sun is more than just your help. Oh, Amaterasu, sovereign flame, not born for praise, not bound by name. When you withdrew, the truth was seen. Even gods can bleed unseen. And when you rise, the sky will know the fire returned is one you owe to none but you, the light that stays when broken hearts choose brighter ways. The night won't blink, the clock won't breathe. Each second coils beneath my teeth. I count the cracks, I trace the walls. I hear the voice that never calls. The world is still but never gone. The silence shouts from just beyond. I see too much and sleep too slow. A prison built from what I know, and every thought becomes a scream. You lose the line of what is dream. The mind that wouldn't sleep drowns where the silence is deep. The hours fall, the visions crawl, and reason slips behind the wall. No day, no night, no time. shows what's never there. 1,000 eyes beneath my stare. I beg for rest, I beg to fade, but thoughts are blades that I have made. The whisper knows my every scar. It tells me who and where you are. But if I follow, will I find a soul, a shade, or just my mind? Not every cage is made of steel. Some you forget are even real. The mind that in cracks and wind. A voice once lost begins within, and from the dark a fire stirs. The crown still burns, but now it
the candles melt, but still they cry for love once felt. The priests have turned to bone and sand, yet still they kiss the phantom hand. No voice replies, no vision speaks. The walls now echo, only creaks. But deep within a shadow stirs, a faith that no one else prefers. For some will give and never see the truth behind their liturgy. At the altar without a god, they kneel in ash, they dream in fraud. The individual beyond death. They sing to dust, they bleed in vain, and yet return to pray again. No answer comes, no sign, no nod, but still they know. Without a God.
I tried to tame the voice within, to silence doubt beneath my skin. But reason twisted into rope and wrapped around the throat of hope. Each question carved a deeper line, each answer cracked the fault in time. I built a tower out of fear and sat alone to disappear. Not every wound will bleed or show. Some scream beneath what others know. The weight of thought, a crown of glass, each truth I grasped would never pass. 1,000 worlds inside my skull, too loud to flee, too sharp to dull. The light became a blinding sound, a light on fire, spellbound and bound. No silent war, no blade of thought, I drowned beneath the weight of thought. They say the wise will find a way, but what if paths lead more astray? I chased the why beyond the stars and found myself behind cold bars. To think is not to always see. Some doors were never meant for me. I cracked the code, I broke the seal, but lost the truth I meant to feel. No scream escapes the quiet burn, when every answer twists and turns. The weight of thought, a crown of glass, each truth I grasped would never pass. 1,000 worlds inside my skull, too loud to flee, too sharp to dull. The light became a blinding sound, a light on fire, spellbound and bound. No silent war, no blade of thought, I drowned beneath the weight of thought. Yet in this storm, I forge my name, a spark within this cursed flame. And though I break, I burn, I fall, I am the one who feels it all. The weight of thought, my iron wings, they tear, they burn, but still they sing. From shattered mind, I rise unbowed, a storm once buried in the crowd. The mind can break, the mind can end, and still return to feel again. No longer curse, no longer calm, I frown to bear the weight of thought. The weight of thought.
down to dust, pride to crawl. The stars go silent, the skies turn black. Inanna walks and never looks back. She came from Europe, cloaked in flame, with eyes of wrath and lips of shame. A throne above the evening star, yet still she sought what shadows are. To face the queen of death below, she bared her soul, let weapons go. Each gate a cost, each veil a scar, stripped of her name, she met the dark. Not all descent is born of fall. Some rise by breaking through the wall. Can keep. No mercy met her flesh and crown, her body nailed, her soul cast down. But love defied the chains of gloom and carved a path from womb to tomb. Her sister wept, her lovers mourned. 3 days she lay, then death was torn. And through the dusk her cry returned. The queen of fire shall not be burned. To rise you must be broken first. Drink from the dark, then quench your thirst. Oh, Inanna, bearer of light and war, who dares to knock on the underworld's door? Through silence, blood and bone she passed, to die, to rise, to reign at last. Queen of heaven, star of fate, she faced the void to recreate. Oh, Inanna, flame in the deep, you are the storm no tomb can keep. She rose not pure, but crowned in ash. Her veils now blades, her love turned clash. And every step upon the stone echoed the cry, I walk alone. Oh, Inanna, who faced the grave, not to be saved, but to enslave. Queen of stars and deathless might, you turn the dark into your right. Through veils of flame and gates of pain, you crossed the void and broke the chain. Oh, Inanna, your legend bleeds, a goddess born through death's decrees.